Good morning, Pilgrim. It's dark here today. It's going to be raining most of the day, I think. Kind of strange. The rain's coming, flowing in from the east instead of the west. Kind of wonder if maybe we're going to have some thunderstorms over the mountains. Uh, Today, Luke 19:11 through 27, the parable of the 10 minas. Well, some strange teachings have come out of this, some unbiblical teachings. I'm going to give it as it is here. It's a great one. As they heard these things, he proceeded to tell a parable because he was near to Jerusalem and because they supposed that the kingdom of God was to appear immediately. He said, therefore, a noble... My tongue is going to give me trouble today, I think. A nobleman went into a far country to receive for himself a kingdom and then return. Calling 10 of his servants, he gave them 10 minas, and he said to them, Engage in business until I come. But his citizens hated him and sent a delegation after him, saying, We do not want this man to reign over us. When he returned, having received the kingdom, he ordered these servants to whom he had given the money to be called to him, that he might know what they had gained by doing business. The first came before him, saying, Lord, your mina has made 10 minas more. And he said to him, Well done, good servant. Because you have been faithful in a very little, you shall have authority over 10 cities. And the second came, saying, Lord, your mina has made 5 minas. And he said to him, And you are to be over 5 cities. Then another came, saying, Lord, here is your mina, which I kept laid in a handkerchief. For I was afraid of you, because you are a severe man. You take what you did not deposit, and reap what you did not sow. Now, Pilgrim, got to ask you a question here. Is Jesus a severe man? Does he take what he does not deposit? Does he reap what he does not sow? Is he a thief? Is he a phony? I don't think so, but this guy says he is. Anyway, Jesus, he said to him, I will condemn you with your own words, you wicked servant. You knew, or you said, that I was a severe man, taking what I did not deposit and reaping what I did not sow. He misconstrued Jesus. So then, if this is what you think I am, I'm just adding that here. Why then did you not put my money in the bank? And at my coming I might have collected it with interest. Jesus would never put money in the bank to collect interest. But this fellow, in his way of thinking, he should have done that because he thought Jesus was a worldly man, a man that would want interest. Interest, usury, is forbidden in the Bible. Some people use this passage to justify interest. Unfortunately, Calvin, he did not promote interest for everybody, but he did promote it for business. Now, there is a difference between doing business for money and investing money just for interest. This is a long story, and I can't go into it here, but there's no justification for usury or interest. Take the mina from him and give it to the one who has the 10 minas. And they said to him, Lord, he has 10 minas. I tell you that to everyone who has more will be given. But from the one who has not, even what he has will be taken away. But as for these enemies of mine who did not want me to reign over them, bring them here and slaughter them before me. I probably should have left my musings about interest in here out, but I feel so strongly about interest. It has ruined the nation. It has ruined It's ruining the world. People getting money for doing nothing. We work. We work to earn our livings, our food, our bread, our housing. We don't steal from others. Sorry for all the sermonizing. 4 May, 4th of May, 1856, Divine Sovereignty was a sermon. Is it not lawful for me to do what I will with mine own? Matthew 20:15. There is no attribute of God more comforting to his children than the doctrine of divine sovereignty. Under the most adverse circumstances, in the most severe troubles, they believe that sovereignty has ordained their afflictions, that sovereignty overrules them, and that sovereignty will sanctify them all. There is nothing for which the children of God should more earnestly contend than the dominion of their Master over all creation, the kingship of God over all the works of his own hands, the throne of God, and his right to sit upon that throne. On the other hand, there is no doctrine more hated by unbelievers, no truth which they have kicked about so much as the great, stupendous, but yes, most certain doctrine of the sovereignty of the infinite Jehovah. Men will allow God to be everywhere except on his throne. They will allow him to be in his workshop, to fashion worlds and to make stars. They will allow him to be in his treasury, to dispense his alms and bestow his bounties. They will allow him to sustain the earth and bear up its pillars, or light the lamps of heaven, or rule the waves of the ever-moving ocean. But when God ascends his throne, his creatures, they then gnash their teeth. And when we proclaim and enthrone God and his right to do as he wills with his own, to dispose of his creatures as he thinks well without consulting them in the matter, then it is that we are ridiculed. And then it is that men turn a deaf ear to us. For God on his throne is not the God. It is not the God they love. They love him anywhere. They love him anywhere better than they do when he sits with his scepter in his hand and his crown upon his head. They don't like that. He can be anywhere but there. Well, do you think twice before addressing Jesus as Lord? Judas Iscariot, he could never bring himself to do that. A couple of interesting little facts here. Matthew 26:22. And they were sorrowful and began to say to him one after another, Is it I, Lord? This was the disciples. Until it came to Judas. Matthew 26:25. Judas, who would betray him, answered, Is it I, Rabbi? He said to him, You have said so. Matthew 26:49. And he came up to Jesus at once and said, Greetings, Rabbi, and he kissed him. Didn't call him Lord, did he? He didn't know Jesus, really, did he? He didn't know Jesus, really. The others called him Lord. Judas only called him Rabbi, teacher, or master. Never called him Lord, because he wasn't his Lord. That's why he sold him. He's just another man. Just another man. And so thought the guy in the parable. Jesus was just another man. But no. He was Lord. He is Lord. He deserves our all. I'm carrying on here. So God bless Pilgrim. Have a blessed day.